Welcome in, guys. I'm probably getting coffee. I will be right with you. Gives everybody time to get in here and start chatting and for everybody to get the notifications. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Today is an extra stream. I just felt like hanging out with you guys. I have no idea what we'll do today, but I'm sure we'll do something. Thank you guys again for coming. If you could take this time to share out the stream, I'd really appreciate it. And I'll be with you shortly. Hi everyone, what's up? I didn't share, but I figured, what the hell? Today I want to try something different with you guys. Um, I'm going to tell you a true crime story, and then I want to get your opinion. Is this possession, obsession, or just pure evil? So we'll have three choices at the end. So yeah, so I'll tell you, I just heard about this, so I don't know if you guys have, but I'm gonna tell you guys the story. Super interesting. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do today. Does that sound like something fun? It's different anyway. We'll try it this one time, and if it's cool, then maybe we'll do it again. It is. That's it. That's what you're going with, Diane? Okay. Wait till we hear it first. I think what I'll do is hi, Scott. Hi, Diane. Hi, Carl. How are you? I hope you're well. Okay, let me find me. We're going to turn this volume off. Hey, Krista. I know. Thank you so much for coming. Today we're going to, okay, murder plot. I'm going to read you this um obsession, possession, pure evil. I'm going to pin that to the top. And then at the end, we're going to make our decision after we hear it. Um, Come on, this stupid heart, so I can pin my thing here. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm sorry, Carl. Yeah, everybody's having their ups and downs this week. I couldn't move my arm. I hurt myself so bad. The pain was crazy. Everybody thought I was having a heart attack. I didn't die yet, so I guess I wasn't having a heart attack. It was just kind of, I don't know, rotator cuff problem, pulled the muscle. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So right now I'm laying back. I got my feet up because, that's what we're doing. Hmm. But yeah, I know there's not a lot of us, but what I'll do is I will start the story. Um, because I know you just don't want to sit here and look at me all day. So, I don't want to read. I want to read the. I want to give you a little bit of the history first. So, the power of few. That's right. All right. So here we go. Since 2008, Aaron Goodwin has starred on Ghost Adventurers, which follows him and three other people as they investigate paranormal activity. The hit reality series aired 19 seasons on the Travel Channel before it moved to Disney Plus in 2001. Aaron, in 2002, met his wife, Victoria. I should say they met in 2001 and they got married in 2002. Aaron and Victoria. Aaron's the guy on on Ghost Adventures that like basically Zach always picks on and always leaves him behind. Okay. Oh, happy birthday. My birthday is April, so coming right up. Um, so yeah, so they met, and the way they met is she like messaged him or emailed him. She was a big fan of the show. Um, so I don't know. That's why I say maybe it was obsession because she really emailed him. She was part of the fan club. She was, and that's how they met. And then they got married later. So that's what happened there. Now, Aaron had always posted um like pictures, like he really loved his wife. Aaron commented on a post on Instagram, I love you even though you crushed me in miniature golf. So that was right around February 14th. And she posted a selfie with her and her husband, captured mini golf with my Valentine and heart emojis. So this was just this February 14th. Um, on January 22nd, so a little before Valentine's Day, she shared a photo on Instagram of the pair kissing and wrote, Happy anniversary. Um, I love celebrating our first date. He replied, I'm so blessed we met. I love you. Um, Victoria now also loves hugs and kisses, right? So they met in 2001. She was hot and heavy for him. She was the one who messaged him and found him and talked to him. Then they got married and everything supposedly all the way up until February of this year looked like everything was going well. Well, obviously that wasn't the case. The wife of the Ghost Adventures star, Aaron Goodwin, was arrested last week on allegations that she was plotting to have him assassinated. Authorities caught on to what they alleged were Victoria Goodwin's plans um, to end her husband's life after they obtained a phone of a Florida inmate, Grant Amato, in October. Now, if you don't know who Grant Amato is, Grant Amato was the one who basically killed his mother, father, and brother for no reason other than they were pissy because he spent like $200,000 of their money on watching a streamer pole dance. Okay. So they were kicking him out of the house. And before that, he was kind of normal. He didn't even have, I think he had one parking ticket. So just out of the blue, because he spent all this money on this live streamer doing pole dancing. And they told him, no, you got to go and get your life together. Well, they ended up getting killed for that. Yeah. So that's who Grant Amato is. Okay. So Amato, 35, was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison in 2019. Amato's phone contained text and Facebook messages between him and the reality star's wife, which indicated that the pair were in love and tried to pay to have Aaron Goodwin killed. This is what it this is what's going on. She fell in love with this guy in jail, and then I don't know. So Victoria Goodwin, 32, is being held in the Clarks County Detention Center on charges of solicitation to commit murder, conspiracy murder. Um, it's not immediately clear whether Amato, 35, has an attorney who could speak on his behalf, but he's not getting out of jail anyway. Okay. So the police report says that on October 2nd, so that's before all these, Valentine's Day Instagrams and all this good stuff. Yeah, that's right, Scott. Um, so on October 2nd, Victoria Goodwin discussed setting aside $11,515 to hire a third person whose name has been redacted, mhm, to complete the job. The same day, they also discussed Aaron Goodwin's location, the make of his car, and all other stuff. So she basically said, and she told him, my husband's out of town. This is where he is. He should be asleep now. This is the hotel. Oh, because since he was out of town, they were filming for the ghost hunters that and the ghost adventurers. So they were filming for the ghost adventurers. So he was out of town. So she had all the information. Her text to this inmate was, I'm so anxious. LOLOL. And then she says, I just can't believe it's happening. Like, how did I get to this point? Am I a bad person? She asked the guy who killed his whole family. In response, um, the guy asks her why she thinks that, and she replies, because I chose to end his existence and not divorce him. On October 3rd, Amato contacted the alleged hitman and said he would call Aaron Goodwin to distract him. Later that day, Amato texted the alleged hitman and asked whether he had completed the objective, we're going to say. I need to know what's going on, he wrote. Can I get an update? Was it done? The same day, the Florida corrections officers obtained the phone. So they were doing a random search and they got the phone. And because inmates are not supposed to have phones, especially that kind, they looked through it. Um, so on March 4th, officials in Florida contacted authorities in Nevada, where Aaron and Victoria live, to alert them of the alleged plot. When Victoria Goodwin was arrested and taken in for questioning 2 days later, she said that her husband were going through problems in their marriage, but denied wanting to kill him. The report said she admitted sending some of the messages between her and Amato, but she doesn't remember them all. So Aaron didn't comment on this, right? Uh-huh. But yeah, just in the weeks leading up to the arrest, the couple shared on their Instagrams, both separately and together, loving photos of each other. So, he had no idea. So Victoria's next court appearance is scheduled for March 25th, and bail was set at $100,000. I want to let her out. So that's, you know, the story. So what do you think? Obsession, because she was so obsessed with him, and then they got married and all this stuff, from her emailing him, being part of his fan club and all this stuff. Um, and then it wasn't what it turned out to be. Is it possession because he goes to all those haunted places and maybe he brought home something? And that's why she keeps saying she doesn't remember sending these kind of messages and all this stuff. Or is she just pure evil? You let me know. What do you guys think? Obsessions got things. No, this was an actual. This is not. I know you guys were talking about the show. I don't watch Ghost Adventurers. This actually happened. You could go to the news and check. The wife is in jail. This is a true story. Nothing about the show. This is an actual. This happened. She was arrested. She tried to kill her husband. The guy who she was contacting in jail really did kill his whole family. He's he's in jail for life. I don't even think he has a chance of parole. Like, literally, this is a true story. It has nothing to do with the show, other than the guy whose wife tried to kill him is part of that show. That's it. So, Scott thinks it's obsession. Anybody else? Obsession, possession, or is she just pure evil? You don't know. Yeah. Yeah, because um that's where the guy's being held in Florida who killed his family, because that's where he killed them, right? That's where they live. Um Amato there, or what's his name? Grant Amato. Um but the Ghost Adventure couple, Aaron and his wife Victoria, live in Nevada. So, yeah. But it just happened. The beginning of March is when they, arrested her. So when I saw it, I was like, wow, what a cool, interesting story to put out there. I don't normally do true crime, but since it's borderline paranormal, because he does so much paranormal stuff, I mean, since 2018, that show's been going on. They go to all these places. I've gone to some of these places they've went. I know they're very haunted, a lot of them. Whether they get actual stuff or their stuff is real, I don't know. But I do know, like, they went to Katie's of Smithtown. I went there. That place was insane. And it wasn't even the place itself, that whole area was insane, filled with spirits. I got the best spirit box. I had a whole conversation about a restaurant that we were looking at on the spirit box, clear as day. They repeated what I was saying. It was like back and forth. Like, it was, yeah, it was insane. Like, um, so the places they go are haunted. So they could bring back, like me when I go to the supermarket, may bring back a spirit from the supermarket. I'm definitely sure something can follow them. So I would say, regardless whether you do paranormal or not, something can follow you home. So I don't know. Did they go someplace? Did she get possessed by something that she don't remember writing this and saying she wanted to kill her husband and whatever? Was she just so obsessed with him and then realized, oh yeah, well, this isn't what I thought it would be, and then decide, fuck this, I'm killing him? Or was she just evil? I seen something about it scrolling through Facebook and chuckled, but I didn't pay much attention. Yeah, all three by the sound of it. It might be. She was obsessed, then she got possessed, but she's still evil. Yeah, no, that's the story. So, yeah, and I don't know. I don't know, but she might be at least two of the three, obsessed and evil. I went to those places. I would have a Greyhound bus full of ghosts for you. Yes, you would. Yep. It's a true story. Let me get a smoke, guys. Ow. And I have to get up off my chair. All right. And I know most of you have me on Messenger. I want you guys to send me a story. I know each of you have at least one paranormal story or experience to share with me so that I can put it on my Sunday's paranormal experiences. I did one from Evie and one from Boomer. So now I want some more from you guys. Hey Kirian. Hey Boomer. We just did like I read a true murder plot, and the reason why the pin is up there is because I wanted to know whether the person was obsessed, possessed, or just pure evil. So I had read that story out to you guys. I will be writing for days. No, just one. If you go look at my last Sunday's video, Diane, you'll kind of get the idea of how I do them. Just one story that's most prevalent to you. Oh, Mary, can you do me a favor? Mary, you know that little group we have where um anybody can join in, like pure evil. The uh, to message like in a group, you know what the heck I'm talking about, Mary. So can you put the link so Kirian can join in? I'm sorry, Kirian, I know I forgot yesterday. As soon as I went to start doing my crossover, I'm like, crap, I forgot to get the link. Mary's gonna put it in for you. Yeah, Carl, just send me it on my messenger. I would love that. Yeah, because I want to do like actual paranormal experiences from everyday people, you know. And so I've been getting some, like somebody will just say something on a podcast or be live on a live stream and tell their story. So I've been doing those. Um, is genius an option? That's my guess. Krista. No, not June's Journey. June's Journey one, Mary, is just for June's Journey people. The one where we had shit, I'll find it. Ah, you know the other one. The other one. Is it attached to your paranormal chat? What is it? Like, I don't know. Maybe. You know, it's like Christina's group inside your group. You know which one I'm talking about, Mary? Oh, okay, good. Mary will get it. She knows what I'm talking about. She's being silly now. On how not to get caught. That's right. Well, you know, you can't give an inmate who's been in jail for murdering his who's in jail for murdering his whole family a cell phone and tell him to try to put together your murder plot. Yeah, no. You had to get somebody who was just out of jail. You know, that just has to check in with their parole officer. Then she might have got away with it. Oh, there you go, Scott. Oh, that should be good. Soon Scott will have his YouTube channel up and going with all his with all his footage from his bedroom. There was another one. So I think I told you this. So an urban explorer, and this is another one. I want to know if you guys I want you guys to watch it. I'm going to throw the link and I'm going to put the timestamps, I think. Anyway, this guy is an urban explorer. He doesn't do ghost hunting. If you see all his videos, he'll go to like Walmarts that are about to, um, be demolished, or Kmart's, or like hotels that are going to be demolished. Um, okay. And there's more, I think, in this video than just what they said to you guys gonna watch it. Anyway, um, first I'll give you the link, then I gotta go back and get the timestamps. So wait. Oh, Scott, you want to do me a favor and put these timestamps in for me so I don't have to go back and forth? You- Oh, you're welcome, Kirian. Mary's gonna get it. That one is actually for this guy. His name is This is Dan Bell, right? So the timestamps are 9:13. There's another one at 7 something. Like 9:13. Somebody said 12:35 too. There might have been something in the mirror. So put down that timestamp. 9:13, 12:35, and there's one at 7 something. Starting at 7:05 to like 7:10. Those are the timestamps for that video. But so I want you guys let's do homework for next Thursday, and we'll do like these stories again. I'll find another like true crime story to go over with you guys. Um, there's the Facebook group Kiri and Mary put it. um, but this one is interesting because he said he heard some sounds, um, which he thought was an animal. But my whole thing was in this, he thought it was a person living there. The reason why I don't know that it's a person that's living there is because you'll see when Dan. Oh, great. Can you put him in the chat, Scott? I put the I put the his link up there, but it's super creepy abandoned children's asylum. That's the name of the video. Um and I think he goes even back maybe for a night investigation. I don't know, but he thinks it's a person. The reason why I didn't think it was a person, because you'll see on those timestamps when you see the person run away, when you see the person, um, because you see his shadow when you see the person leave, right? When Dan walks through that whole asylum, he steps on every single there's shit all over the place. You can't walk without making a noise. How did that guy run away and not make any noise? I don't know that it was a person. Like he said he heard some things, but he thought it was on top of him, like when he was on the second floor, he might have heard some noise on the third floor, um which he thought was an animal. But the noise that Dan made walking on the stairs, walking through the place. There was shit all over the floor. There was no way that guy moved. The two times the way he did, the one time on 705, he, he went, really fast from the door. You could see his shadow, right? Then at 913, he was behind a door, looking out a door hole, moved. There was no sound. So, you know, I mean, Dan would have heard that guy. He didn't even notice any of that until he got home. I- He noticed the one door thing, and a person in the chat caught the person looking at him through the keyhole, something looking at him through the keyhole, right? Um, so yeah, I'm just curious to know what you guys think about that. So go when you have some time and watch that video and see if you guys what you guys think of that place, because I thought that place was super interesting. um and like I said, Dan is not a paranormal investigator. He was just like, must be a person living there. I'm glad I got out alive. That didn't hurt me, but I don't know that that's the case. It's yeah, Scott put it. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Scott. Yeah, Scott put it there so that you can look at the timestamps. But I would watch, I mean, the video's not long. I think it's like 20 something minutes, and the place itself is gorgeous. Like I would love to buy it and clean it out, redo it, and make it like a bed and breakfast. I mean, it's gorgeous. The stained glass that they have in there, the pillars on the wall, the light fixtures that hang from the ceiling, all around the lights, there's gorgeous work. I don't know what they call those ceiling things. I mean, gorgeous. The place is gorgeous. So I recommend just watching the video if you like that kind of urban exploring and gorgeous like stuff. Like the place is gorgeous. Um yeah, if I had the money, I would buy it and restore it. The fireplaces, it's just a gorgeous place. So I would recommend, like, watch the video, see what you see. If you don't see anything, go back and check the timestamps, but you'll, and slow it down, and you'll see if you go like frame by frame. You'll see what I mean about, I don't know necessarily that it's a person. The chandelier, but no, it's not a chandelier. It's just a light that's hanging, but it's on the ceiling itself where the light hangs from. On the ceiling, there's a pattern where the light would hang. So it's just a regular light, though. It's not even a chandelier. But I don't know what you call those. Yeah, Scott. I mean, the stained glass in that place. It was the whole beautiful place. Beautiful. Like, I really would buy it and refurbish it. I mean, because it's gorgeous. And I think it could be saved. And it's so sad that it's just sitting there rotting because it's gorgeous. Things like that annoy me. Like, it really does. Let me see if I can um actually, like, just even show you one part of it. Like, no, I don't want that. Why YouTube? Hmm, where's this? Let's get at least a stained glass. And the work. Oh, here. That's like the roof. Like, they have like a it's like a sunroof in the house. What do they call those stupid things? Like, in your house on the roof. You know what I mean? Um, I'm trying to find that other stained glass with the picture. Look at that one. I mean, gorgeous, gorgeous place. I mean, why? Why hasn't? Oh, this is what I mean. These kind of ceiling things. What do they call those that are attached to the ceiling? Anyway, this one is one of the plainer ones. They have every time he looks up at one of those lights on the ceiling, there's that work. One of them's colored. It's so gorgeous. I don't know what they call. Anywho, it's the fireplaces are like, this is one of the fireplaces. That one's not the most gorgeous, but there's like four of them that are all different. Like, there's some other work like on the walls. Like a oh, here's another stained glass window. Like, look at this shit. Yeah, right, Scott? Like, this is a place to buy, not let rot. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I need to find out where it is. Because it really is gorgeous place. I wonder if he shows the outside. I think in the beginning. Oh, that's what the outside of the place looks like. Hello. I don't know where it is, but I would buy it in an instant. So yeah. So, like I said, go and check that video out. Like, videos like that where a person doesn't do paranormal and they're just doing their own thing, what they normally do, and then they catch these little things. I want to know what you guys think. Like, he right away thought it was somebody living there, like, and he was lucky to get out alive. The absence of the noise, even though he said he heard little things, the noise that he made when he tried to step around things, there's no way that that person He didn't know there was he would have known somebody was there. He would have ran out of the place screaming. He doesn't like scary. You know? Carmel, Maine. Ooh, the Lamb House. I'll have to look at that. Haven't done one in Maine. I love to do my sinister Sundays on all different places, but they're called ceiling medallions. There you go. They're gorgeous. There were so many of them, those ceiling medallions. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Gorgeous. Like, yeah, that whole place was gorgeous. If anybody knows where that place is, message me. Let me know. I'm going to see if it's for sale. Ghost or person, they're leaving because I'm moving in. They're made of plaster. There you go. They had this one over the dining room that was like a Thanksgiving feast and it was painted. It was gorgeous. I was like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? I mean, gorgeous, gorgeous place. But yeah, so. Oh, okay. I mean, he just already heard you and read it, but I'll tell him. You hear that, Martin? Meh. You see that? There was this another cool case. Shoot, if I can remember it. And I think it was in the 70s. I think it was right before I was born. Hi, Sammy. Hey, yes. I think it was right before I was born. So anyway, there was this woman, I think she was 19 or 20. She was young. Who she got a flat or something, or her car broke down, and she pulled in on the side of the highway and got out, probably to try to fix her tire or whatever happened. And she was murdered. So because it was happening more often on that highway, that stretch of highway, and because they still didn't catch the murderer, they sent their best police officer with a TV crew. I think it was NBC or ABC, sent them to with the officer to drive and talk about, highway safety, what happens. So they're driving and they see the sign and they go, and the officer goes, yeah, this is where she was killed. And he's telling them, if something happens and you're in your car and it breaks down, stay in your car, keep your car locked, all this stuff, right? Wait for help. Um, and so as they're driving, the they pass a car that's broken down with a guy outside of it. So that the cop pulls over and goes, "Hey, what happened?" And he goes, I thought I ran out of gas. I walked all the way to the gas station." The guy goes, "I came back and I put gas in the car, but it's still not working." And he's like, "It was dangerous what you did. You should have just called a tow truck, or, stay in your car because people get murdered or get hit by a car or anything on the side of the highway." And the guy kind of just was like, "Yeah, whatever." Right. you know, and they called him a tow truck and they left. That aired that night, that aired, right? And the officer was watching it and it aired and he's like, "Yeah, good." Turned it off, didn't think another thing about it. Hey, Simon says, "How are you?" Um, Didn't think another thing about it, right? Right after it aired, all these people started calling the police because they saw standing there on their screens the person they knew did it. So they start calling in, hey, I watched this where the officer was saying this, and there was a guy. I know what happened to that girl. I think her last name was Knotts. I know who killed her. So all these people called in. So the police researched it and they figured out, yep, the person, okay, who committed these crimes was the officer. The officer killed the lady. And then he goes on TV like, what a dumbass, because he tried to do that a lot and a few of them got away. They knew what he looked like. If he didn't go on TV, he wouldn't have got caught. And I'm like, what a freaking idiot. Cheryl, was her name Cheryl Knotts? I can't remember her name or the officers. I just wonder what's wrong with people. Right? Got away with it all that time, and then he goes on. He obviously wanted to get caught. I don't know. What do you guys think? Did he want to get caught? Like, why? Just tell your boss, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't want to. Some people are camera shy. They don't want to be on TV. The Lamb House is crazy. It's on YouTube. The guy who owns the old house and morgue from 1860 till 1930, Kent, has had loads of teams in the house. They leave too much. Oh, they keep leaving? Maybe I should go there. Only if he pays me though. If I stay the whole night, how much you giving me? Now go. I'm no scaredy cat. My name isn't Zach. It's Christina. Oh, give me a second. I'll do my I'm gonna do my cigarette. In the UK, um, how you feeling, Sammy? Yeah. I don't know. Is there any other cases? Let's see that we could go over. Oh, here's one. This one happened in New Jersey. Let's see. In December 1997, a fire in New Jersey, determined to be started by electrical cords, began to erase someone's home and take away someone's child. Ah, the mother had frantically ran through the house trying to save her three children, but found she could save all but one, her baby girl. Ah, the fire the firefighting team announced that they had died in the flames, and the family was devastated by the news. Um, she screamed to firefighters in Spanish that her daughter was alive but had been taken from her. Ooh. So, okay. So the mother, there was the mother and three kids in the house. They wrote this a little wrong, but I happen to know this story. Funny. Um, the most active house is 30 East Drive. Wow. There's a place here, and I might go. It's a museum, and it's called the Merchant House, and it's in Manhattan, and it's all over the place. It's one of the most haunted places in New York, they say. I did a Sinister Sunday on it, but I would like to go in person. I'll see how much it is to get in there and if we can get in and if you're allowed to film. So if you're not allowed to film, then it's dumb. But I think you should be able to, but let's see. All right. So a woman and her three kids were in the house. A little baby girl was in the bed. So she was able to save everyone but her baby girl. And they said that the firefighters said that the baby girl died in the flames, but the mother was telling them in Spanish, which nobody could understand her, that she had to be alive because when the mother ran in the house and ran to get all the kids, when she went into the baby's room, the baby wasn't in the crib. So she told them the baby wasn't in the crib. There's no, the baby didn't get up and walk. I think the baby was a few months old. Um, so so one day in 2003, so this happened in 97. So in 2003, the mother went to a birthday party. No one helped her because everybody thought the mother was crazy that her baby was alive. They thought, she was distressed because she lost her baby. So in 2003, she went to a birthday party where she saw this girl named Elia who looked how her daughter may have looked. She got a DNA sample from the girl. It was a birthday party. Maybe she took her cup. I don't know. And surprisingly, the test came back positive. So it was her daughter. So someone kidnapped the daughter and most likely set the fire. The fire department said, nah, it was started by faulty wiring. The baby died. And all this time, she didn't have her baby. Oh my God. That's some craziness. Mm, yeah, right? And all because back then, I guess in 97, I don't in New Jersey, there wasn't a lot of Spanish speaking people. I don't know. They couldn't understand her. And they just gave her sympathetic looks and but they wouldn't listen to her. They were like, no, she must be, distraught. Meanwhile, she was so happy to find her baby girl again. However, the kid didn't speak Spanish and the mother did. So, um, you know, they had some difficulties in the transition of learning to speak to each other. But Caroline was arrested for kidnapping and arson soon after the discovery. Well, yeah, if you would have did it back then. Damn, that's terrible. Hi, Debbie. Hmm. She's lucky nobody died in the fire, or she would have been charged with a lot more. Ooh, what about this case? Hi, James. Angela Diaz was constantly being harassed by her ex husband. Her ex Um, Mihaly Hardley had impersonated her. So was her ex a girl? I guess so. Because her name's Angela and the ex is, I thought it was Mihaly, but maybe it's Mihaly. Impersonated her on Craigslist, and the only way you can impersonate a girl probably is if you are a girl. And responded to crazy fantasy ads. I'll just say that instead of the R word. That she found, sending multiple attackers to Angela's home. Oh my God. The story began in 2016 when Angela called the police crying, saying she had been attacked by a man who had tried to ape her. I don't know if you could say that word on YouTube. Angela then started receiving emails from unknown sources and thought she and so then she started suspecting her ex girlfriend. The emails had a biblical term referring to Angela as Eve and to her ex as Lilith, while threatening Angela and her unborn child. Jesus. This is why you can't, you got to be careful who you date, right? Oh, okay. So here's the twist. Okay. So Angela kept blaming her ex. And finally, the ex's family said to the police, I don't know, like, here's everything. We have no involvement in this. When the police did the investigating, they found out, right, that the original IP address was sent um from Angela's own phone. It even revealed that Angela herself was responding to those Craigslist ads and had herself attacked. I guess all to get back at the ex. Holy cow. Ooh, sounds great, Debbie. The story gets even more twisted. Angela's husband, who's a deputy and a U.S. Marshal, was arrested and charged with one count of perjury, cyber stalking. So the husband was doing it to her and her ex? I don't know. What a crazy story. I'm going to have to look it up from a different source. And the Angela Diaz story. We're going to have to find this out. Like, what is going on? Happy 29th. Is it your birthday? Happy birthday, James. It was Carl's birthday, I think, last week, Carl. So happy birthday, James, and happy birthday, Carl. My birthday's coming up in the second week in April, April 11th. All us so James, you're an Aries too, huh? That's why we get along. We're both Aries. On August 4th, 2017, two bodies were found around the dinner. Oh, This was a good story. I actually know this story too. That was a crazy story. So, two guys, I'll tell you how I heard it because this person who wrote this article was dumb. So, two guys, one was in his 30s, I think the other was in his 50s, right? So, they both like were like loners, and then they found each other one day, I believe, at work. They met each other at work, and the older one took the younger one under his wing, and they always talked with each other. And instead of being outcast, they always had each other. So they went to work one day, then they went to get something to eat at the local restaurant. And then he's like, you know what? Why don't we go hang out in the backyard, have something to drink, and just hang out? So the friend's like, okay. So they were there for a while and they got hungry again. And so he's like, all right, I'll barbecue. So he threw on a steak and they were listening to music. And the neighbor lady looks out her window and she's like, oh, these guys again, they make so much noise. And so she closed her window and she put on her headphones and she went to sleep. And they were out there partying. The next morning, she just glanced out the window and she saw them both just slumped over the table. And she goes, boy, they had too much to drink. Didn't think anything of it, goes outside. As she's going outside, because she's going to her other neighbor on the other side of this guy's house, she looks down the alley and they're both still in the same position. She goes, and she goes to her neighbor's house. She's there like an hour or something, comes back, looks in the alley, and they're still there. She goes, no, something's wrong. Like, so she walks up to them and she goes to shake them. She notices they're both blue and she goes, no, they're dead. And she calls the police. So, you know, the police come, they find the two bodies, and they're like, oh, it has to be murder. Like, who killed these two people? Like they're both just sitting there slumped over, right? But they couldn't figure out at first how they did it. So here's what happened. So at first they thought they were poisoned, but whatever food that he was cooking, that they were poisoned, but it came back negative. Um, so later in the investigation, the autopsies finally came back and revealed that the one guy had choked on the roast beef due to missing a tooth and he couldn't chew it correctly, right? Then the older guy who had a heart condition um, died of a heart attack. So basically, the guy started having a heart attack. The friend jumps up and goes, oh my God, and starts choking because he jumped up. He didn't chew right, and starts choking. So one's having a heart attack, one's choking. They both end up dying. Can you freaking imagine? That's crazy. That is nuts. Mine was March 25th. Oh, you're still in Aries too, though, Carl. Right? Yeah, because the 22nd is the change. So, see that? Carl's in Aries, James in Aries, I'm in Aries. Who else is in Aries? Put it down in the comments. Nah, nah, it just one choked and one had a heart attack. It just happened that it was like simultaneous and they each couldn't help each other and they both died. Crazy. All the speculations, because how that's a one in a million kind of thing happening. You can be an Aries too. Is there a song like that? Yeah. Did you guys see this new thing on Messenger? Mary and I tested it out yesterday. Oh my God, so funny. So if you go on Messenger and you're gonna message somebody, um, then it's you hit the message button and you're gonna type, right? And once you type something, it gives you this, you can edit it. And I'm like, what is this edit? How's it gonna edit it? Is it gonna check my spelling? And when you hit the edit button, it will make it funny for you, whatever you wrote. It can make it sarcastic, the AI, or it can make it a poem. The first of the first. That's right, Carl. The first of the first. And I always say I'm like a really like feisty Aries, like one of the feistiest because I say I was born in April as an Aries. I was born on the 11th, the master number. I was born the year of the dragon. So I'm all fire and fight. I'm fire and fight. That's what I am. I most certainly did send you a link to come up, didn't I? Well, shit, who would I send it to then? Wait, I sent somebody a link. Wow, what the fuck? Diane, did I send you the link by accident? Who was I talking to today? I goddamn sent somebody a link. No, I swear I sent it to you. No, maybe it didn't go through. What the hell? I must have sent it to someone. Did I send it to myself? No, that's a Zoom meeting. I don't know. I don't do Zoom. Okay. I sent a link to someone. I don't know who I sent it to because I got it and I sent it to you. And then I said to you, well, first I asked you and then I said, no, just send it to her, in case she wants to come. So I don't know who I sent it to. So someone else comes up, fine. I don't know. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. There we go. No, I checked, Diane. I have no idea who I sent it to. I can't find. I was texting so many people before that I sent it to Krista. I don't know. No, maybe I copied it and forgot to go. That could be too. I don't know. I'm sorry, Mary. I swore I sent it. That was what happened. That's what happened. Hey, UFL. I'm glad to see you. I hope you're well. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I don't know what happened. Hey, Sheila. I actually do readings on Wednesdays, but while I'm waiting for my guest to jump up here, I can answer two yes or no questions. Sure. You don't have to tell me what they are. I will ask the guide, Sheila. Okay, so get your first question in your head, Sheila. Like I said, you do not have to write it. Okay. So your first question, the answer is yes. Okay, okay. Now get your second question in your head. Second question. The answer is yes for your second. Yeah, yes to both of them. So, yeah, good for you. Oh, yay. Oh, good. I'm hoping it's good. Oh, but somebody said, I'm pretty sure this is for you then too, Sheila. Um, don't pay attention to that article, or don't read or write the article. Something about an article. Jesus Lord. That was very cryptic. Can you say it again? Let me get my pen. I was not understanding what they're saying about this article for you. I wasn't prepared to do a reading, so I wait. Okay, tell me something. Tell me slow. Oh, the article has some non factual stuff in it. So make sure to go over it carefully. So I don't know if you're using an article for research or something. I'm sure that was for you, Sheila. So yeah, something about an article. Are you know what they're talking about? I'm assuming. Um, oh yeah, give me 1 second, Mary. So you saw Sheila's third question? Is it someone other than them two? Yes, she said. Yes. All right, Mary, sorry. There we go. Good. All right. Congratulations. Yay. Good for you. Hey, small is good. You know what I was looking at? Funny enough, Mary, you're muted. I don't know if you're supposed to be or. Hi, Mary. Um. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. You're still muted, Mary love. I don't know. Okay. Anywho, she'll figure it out. She will. She will. Um. Yeah, that might be fun. Next week, I'll actually research some of those.
Can you hear
Um.
me?
Now I hear you. Yes.
Can you hear me now? Hang on a
Yes.
minute.
Can you hear me now?
I gotta fix it. Hang on. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Now can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Well,
Okay.
yeah,
Some.
now I can. Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yes. All right. Technical difficulties. Um, we hear you. Now we want to know if you hear us.
Yes. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Mary. How are you? You're on mute again. She just.
Do
There
what?
you go. There you go. Hi, Mary. How
Sorry.
are you?
I know y'all don't want to hear me clear my throat, so.
Oh, okay.
Hi, James. Let me tell everybody hi. Hi, James. Hi, Boomer. Let's see. Hi, Sammy. Hi, Diane. Hi, Sheila. I say Sheila already.
Oh, okay, Carl. Well, I'm doing a crossover after this, so I usually talk to them then, and I sit there and I write everything down. Um, although if she speaks Greek, she should have a translator because I won't understand the words she's saying. No. I understand very little Greek. Oh, that's nice. Yes. Have a good visit with them. Yeah, Mary's having technical difficulties. She kicked herself off. Here's Mary. There you are.
I did it by accident.
I know.
I'm on my phone, so that's why.
Yeah.
Hi, Yaz. How are you, Yaz? Yasmin? Am I saying that right, Yasmin?
Yeah, we just call her Yaz. Yes. If you have a story, by the way, a paranormal story, write it to me in Messenger so I can put it in my paranormal activity story video. Because I know you like that stuff. So you'll have to give me one. Yeah, you have me private on Messenger. So yeah, definitely do that. All righty. Yaz plays June Journey with us.
Did you see what Carl wrote you?
Yes, and I said to him, I hope she speaks English because I don't really understand Greek, and I'll talk to her after I when I'm doing my crossover. I don't know any Greek 70-year-old family members. And it's probably because she's speaking Greek. Because I don't understand. Yesterday I had an Italian guy here, and the only how I understood because I'm like, what the hell are you saying to me? He's like Vespa. And I'm like, Vespa. So I look it up and I'm like, okay, what's the origin of where the Vespa was? I'm like, are you speaking Italian? I don't know Italian.
Carl's and her great grandmother or great great.
My grandmother's still alive, 96 in the nursing home.
He says
Her,
it. He said she's
her,
family member. Maybe it's her mother.
I never met her mother. Her mother died
Okay,
way
that doesn't
before.
mean nothing.
I know, but probably, and she did only speak Greek, so that might be why I don't understand her because
There
she
you
speaks Greek.
go. It's
Google
probably strong
translated.
too.
You know how I would have to know how to write it because how I get the messages is they talk, right? I hear words.
Google
That's how I
translate it, she said.
yeah. But that's how I heard the Vespa word. But the Vespa, I understood. I'm like, isn't that bike? What country is that from? And then I look, it's Italy. I go, okay, you're speaking Italian. I don't speak Italian. And I'm like, can somebody translate? Like, does anybody know Italian here that can translate? And they're like, oh, this is what he wants. I'm like, okay, fine. I won't give out
Carl.
the spirit's business,
Right? That's what
but
I've been saying too, girl.
I won't give out the spirit's business, but well, yeah, he wanted help with something. So anyway,
Where's
um, but but
Boomer was in
somebody
here? Is he still here? Oh,
somebody's
there he
gonna have
is. He's still here.
Somebody's gonna have to translate for the yeah, it's all Greek to me. Somebody's gonna have to translate for her. Um, oh, maybe my bloodline, the ancestor. She's half Greek and Italian, that one. And her husband's Italian, but maybe she knows some Greek. I don't know. I'll ask. Right, but I'd have to know how to write it down in Greek. Like if she goes real slow, I could try to write the words down. But a lot of times when it's in a different language, I don't hear it. Like it's just like noise in my ear. It's like because it's not translating, It's
Because it's
it's
something you haven't learned. That's why
it's
you,
not
why it's like noise.
translating. And that's why the only thing the Italian guy could think to say was Vespa, because that's something I was like, oh, that's that bike thing. What is that Italian? Okay. But I couldn't understand anything else he was saying, and I know he was talking, but I was like, "What the fuck is he saying?" It sounds like white noise.
Well, you're gonna have to get a ghost that translates for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like seriously, get a spirit to translate it for you. Maybe
They
Sarah
have to
can.
learn. These spirits have to learn spirit talk. I know it's not that easy because I have two little ones who only talk to me in Mandarin. I have no idea what they're saying. Usually the other ones will translate because they know, but some of them know that language. Um, but I don't have any Greek kids here actually. But there's some Mandarin that speak English too. They'll translate, but they don't. They can't learn for some reason. And the kids, they don't want to learn.
Satori, that's the only word I heard clear. What's that mean? Hmm.
I don't know. We'll have to Google
Let me
that.
Google it.
Uh,
Hang on, I'm gonna Google it.
I got it. So you don't kick yourself off.
Oh
I got
well, crap.
I got two
Okay,
of them.
good, because I probably would.
Greek word.
I remember that, Sammy. A Spanish lady
Okay.
yelling at you
Well,
in the
if
kitchen.
it's spelled Charitto, maybe. Uh, Charitu. Uh, maybe. I don't know. That's a word. Charitu. Or charis, which is Charis, which is favor, kindness, or blessing. And charitu, I guess it would be, I don't know how it would be pronounced in Greek. Charito. In Greek, it's Xapitow, means to bestow grace. Could it be one of those?
Well, Carl's probably spelling it how he thinks it's spelled,
Right. Well,
and
the
not
English,
they,
how it sounds, not how it's.
right. So
And in
you have
Greek,
to
the letters
take
are
that.
different.
You have to take that as in, you know, think about it. Which one do you feel like
Well,
it
it must
is?
be this one because this one would probably sound like it in English.
A
Um,
blessing or something like that.
um, Here, wait. Peep, peep. Here, Carl, I'm gonna send you. Oh, no, I'm gonna put it right here in the chat. Wait, gotta get back to the chat. Uh, there you go.
Yeah, let me
That's
get
the
that.
like phonetic spelling of it. Um, I don't know, but that's what it means. It might be that one. The phonetic spelling. I don't know. Um, Yeah, right.
Well, that's probably what it is because the way it's pronounced, it doesn't. It's not as it's spelt, but it's the way it's pronounced differently.
Right.
So yeah, I would say yeah, I'd say that that's probably what it is.
That looks close to it, yeah.
It sounds like Kadori.
Kadori. Okay.
Try that. But it
Oh,
could have a letter or something and it's silent. Like it's
right.
I've seen that done like in the at the like my last name's Neil. It has an E on the end. The E is silent. Um, but I've seen it put in other languages in the middle of the name and it be different. Like you know what I mean? Like
Well, Kadori is actually a family name, but
well
it's
maybe it's her maiden name.
but it's not Greek.
I mean nothing. She may have married somebody who wasn't Greek or whatever.
Because I think the Kadori family is from Hong Kong. Okay, let's try. Um, let's try to put it with a C. Yeah. Anyone hearing a Polish lady? No. I think we were closer with the other one because at least it gave me a few other the way you first spelled it. Because it gave me a few other things. Um, I think that is the word for grace or gracious or help or goodwill. Like could be a because that's the what do you call it? The plural of the word? Is that it? Yes, the plural of the word. So it could be gracious, uh, care or help, goodwill, um, a favor.
Sammy, you need to tell them to slow down and take turns. That's what you have to
Mhm.
do. You have to tell them, look, all y'all talking at once. I can't hear nothing.
Yeah, like
I mean, I've
if
had that.
I have a million, you just tune them out. Be like, yo, I'm driving, not now. That's it.
It's like
Bye.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
She'll talk to you later when it's your turn. Because guys, I'm gonna do a crossover later, so just hold your horses. Of course, don't make anybody crash.
And he says, and Nesta,
well, Christosa
Nesta,
Nesti.
Ella, Nesta, Nesto, Nesto, Ella, Nesto.
Okay. Nesta, Greek. I want it like okay, the Alia Nesta. Mm, Greek word. Something about holy. I think Nesta means pure or holy. Elia. Elia is olive tree or olive. Yeah, but they have that version in Sami Greek too. It's like because we when we say Happy Easter, we say Christos Anesti. Nesta is the offset of that. So it's like Christos Anesti means Happy Easter. So um it's kind of like an offset of Easter, which Easter is holy. And that's why they say Christos Anesti, like holy day, like happy holy day or something. Um, Translated in English, it's happy Easter. So there's like, yeah, it's same thing. But Elia is olive tree or olive in Greek. So Elia Nesta, um, the holy olive. What are we talking about? The whole, the pure olive? I don't know. Listen, she's making us work too hard here. You know. It could also be a name like um Elia is a name in Greek who was a prophet actually. Um so it'd be like Olivia, Olive, like because it means olive. So like the word. It means olive. Oh, and besides olive tree, it could also, if you use it in a certain plural, it can mean wart or skin blemish. Oh Lord. Oh, well, this is the thing, Sammy. They have to know spirit talk. So I'll tell you the story. Spirits can all learn spirit talk. It will take them a little bit, but spirit talk is kind of like they talk, and no matter what they're saying, it will come out to the language that of the person you're speaking to.
Can you
And they
hear
call
me?
it spirit talk. And most spirits could do it, but you have to learn it. Some spirits, either they passed recently and they don't know it, they can't learn it, they don't want to. I don't freaking know. I don't ask why they don't want to learn it or why they can't speak it. Now, because I asked, does the Italian guy understand me? And they said yes. So when I speak, I can speak to a Spanish person, a Greek person. I can speak to the lady. She'll understand me. I won't understand her because she is not speaking in spirit talk. Now, I could call an oracle, and an oracle could be a third party translator for me and translate for her. But oracles don't really like to be called, and it's not easy to get one. So they're busy. Like I'd have to know one. I did actually recently meet one. I don't know where he is. I could ask the guides. But anyway, yes. So that's how that works. You could get an oracle to translate if the spirit does not know spirit talk. Uh some spirits just don't want to learn, I guess, spirit talk, or they don't think they're gonna be here that long. They don't need it, whatever the case may be. I had this Greek guy tell me to go to hell in Greek, right? He was deceased. And then he came to cross over. He managed to say my name in English. Couldn't say sorry or anything else, but for telling me to go to hell. But I did cross him and his wife. But uh, if they really need something, they'll figure out how to tell me or tell the guide, so the guides could tell me. But when you're deceased, just like when you're living, you would have to learn that spirit talk, that spirit language that's universal. Um, and just like here, it's not easy. It's like learning a second language. you know, that's how it was explained to me. Now, I don't know, like, for sure, anything else other than what's explained to me. So, who, Mary? Oh, okay. Do we hear you, Mary? Are you there? Oh, yeah, I hear
Apparently you
you.
don't.
And now I hear you.
You hear me now? I've been
Yes.
talking all along and nobody's heard a word I said.
Nope. Sorry.
And it was so much I never forgot what I said.
All right. Well, you have the floor.
Well, I forgot what I said. Seriously. Keep going. I'll think of it. Just let me take a
Well,
minute.
we were talking about the spirit talk and the translations and everything. How do you feel about that? And I was saying about the
Well,
oracle.
I don't know. I was talking about Greek. Then I went to a Greek restaurant here in Evansville, and the restaurant's highly rated and everything was nice. But I got these. I've never had Greek food. I've had some because my mom was friends with this Greek lady in Chicago, and
Mm.
she's the one that taught mom how to make a couple of dishes. Well, I gave mom a couple of recipes. Well, they were good. But anyway, I got these rolled up in olive leaves, I guess, meat and olive leaves
Yeah,
or something.
with the
What?
yeah, the they
Olive leaves were so bitter.
mhm.
Oh, I didn't like it at all.
Oh, we eat it with feta cheese, and then it's not they're olive leaves, and it depends, like any other leaf, you have
Right.
to they're not olive leaves, they're grape leaves.
Grape
Uh,
leaves, that's what it is. Right.
the grape leaves. They're stuffed grape leaves. They have rice in it and olive oil on it, and you eat it
Right,
with feta
right, right.
cheese.
Yeah.
And like anything else, they in Greek it's called domadakia. Like anything else, if it's not ripe or ready or made right, it's gonna be super bitter. But if
Let me
you
tell you, it was super bitter.
added some oil with the rice, and if the rice is seasoned right, it's good.
Right. Well, this had meat and rice in it. It
Oh,
um
no, I never had one with meat and rice. That was
I
nutty.
but it was they were so bitter I couldn't eat them. And I'm
Yeah,
like, no, I can't do this. I can't
yeah,
stomach this.
yeah.
So then I ordered some. I had something else too. That was kind of that was
They're
one
yummy
course, you
usually,
know.
but I never had them, Diane, with meat. It's always rice. It's domadaka. It's grape leaves with rice rolled up. It has rice in it, so it looks like a little mini burrito or something.
Yeah, I
And it
mean
has olive oil,
they
and
were
you eat
little
it with
things. It was kind of like appetizer. I think is what we got them as.
it's an appetizer. But I never
But
had it with meat, so I think that Greek person made it wrong.
I passed them on down to the other end of the table. They loved them. I'm like, I don't know how y'all eating them as bitter as they are.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, like I said, yeah.
people's got different palates, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one thing I said. And and the Greek people when they talk major fast. It's kind of like you talking. You talk fast sometimes too. And but
Yeah, but
when
I
they
speak
talk
fast
major
in
fast
English, not in Greek.
and they got an accent to start with,
Yeah,
and they're saying words that you don't understand because you didn't learn Greek or whatever.
yeah,
So if you're hearing a spirit saying it, yeah, it's all gonna run all together. Like there's no way that I could. Yeah, I'm surprised Carl's able to, but I mean, she's
yeah.
probably
And
the
I
only
mean,
one
I
talking
could
to
pick
him.
up, I could pick up some words. Like I remember this guy who worked at this bar, and I used to speak to him in English, and he would turn around and speak to me in Greek. And I know the damn guy spoke English, right? I'm like, why the fuck is he speaking to me in Greek? Excuse my language. Hi, Kelly. Um, and he would go on, and I'm like, oh, the work, really? Because I heard one word, "dulevi," which means work, and I kind of picked up what the fuck he was talking about. But normally, if you could pick up a word, maybe or two, like I picked up that guy told me to go to hell, but like unless I'm really focused and like I didn't know, like I was just they're always talking here, so if I'm not doing spirit work, I'm not listening, right? And it's not to be rude, it's just because I know I'm going to do it after the live stream. I sit, I talk a little, then I cross them. So that's when I talk to them. That's when I do my spirit work. So otherwise I'd just be listening to them all day long. You know what I'm saying? It would be too much for me. Um, so I didn't know she was here, but um, yeah, but it's difficult because there was even with the heavy accent, there's an Irish boy here, right? So yesterday he comes out and he jumps out and he says his name, but the way he looked, I thought the first thing I said to him was, "What are you, Peter Pan?" And everybody was like laughing, and I'm like, "No," but the way he jumped and said his name, I go, "But I didn't understand. What's your name?" I said, "Whoa!" I go, "Sorry, he has a thick accent." I go, "What are you?" And then when he went, I'm like, "Oh, you're Irish, right?" He had such a thick Irish accent. I couldn't understand basically what he was saying. Um, and then finally, I understood it.
Well, hi, Kelly. Happy birthday to James. Happy birthday to James. Happy birthday, dear James. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have many more.
Sorry. I went to read something and I kicked myself out. I I pressed the
Happy
button.
birthday, Carl. Happy birthday to you. I'm sorry we're late, but it's better than ever to you. Happy birthday, Carl. Happy birthday, Carl. May you have many more birthdays to come. I hope I can't sing it, but I'm just playing around, but there you go.
Like my neighbor is an Italian nonna. Oh, if she talks fast, I don't understand nothing. There you go. Yeah,
Right. I mean, even if they're talking English, you can't understand them.
sometimes it's
I had
true. I'm
I had a,
half Greek and half Sicilian. So I'm Italian and Greek. We talk fast, we talk loud, we talk with our hands, both of them. So I have the both of that stuff. So imagine. Yeah, Carl's birthday was the 25th. James's birthday's today. Mine is the 11th. So you're just surrounded by a bunch of Aries, Kelly. That's what we were saying. I made you
yours
blue,
was the 11th.
Yasmin, so you can check out any channels that you want
Yours
to check
was
out.
March 11th.
No,
It,
whose is
is
March
it
11th?
April 11th?
April 11th. Yeah.
Okay. I'll be to say, I know, don't know why I didn't miss your birthday.
No.
Yes, Carl, it is. I will say it is because we had Carl up on the panel one
Oh,
night,
yes. If Carl talks very
and
fast, you don't understand him either. And he's speaking English, but when Drew talks her Druish language there, you can't
yeah,
understand the words she's damn saying and she's speaking English.
yeah. When she talks fast, yeah, you can't understand a word she's saying. It's like to me. And
Yeah.
Carl
So
was the same way. I'm like, Carl, I'm thinking to myself when Carl was up on the panel, I'm thinking, Carl, you got to slow down. When none of us is under it because his accent is so thick,
so
and
just
and
imagine
he
now.
talks fast on top of it, you
Yeah.
ain't gonna understand a word he's saying.
So just imagine somebody from Carl's town passes away and comes to me to cross over and starts talking to me fast. It has to go through the
Right?
veil where they are because they're not physically here, right? So it's going through there to come to me. How much I don't understand what the hell they're saying. I'm like, wait, 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 slow down. Are you speaking English? What's going on? Because I don't know what's going on. Yeah, if you listen to if you once you hear her a lot, you know, like that. Sometimes my boys say, "Mom, breathe." Yeah, right. Stop talking so fast. Exactly. But
Well, she's gotten better, Scott. Trust me, she
oh yeah,
has. She's gotten 10 times better. I love her to death. I do. And she gets to talking fast though, and you're not going to understand her if she's talking real fast. But
yeah,
she's learned over being on YouTube because of people saying, slow down and pronounce the words better as best she can in American words. And she's
yeah.
done that. She's learned to pronounce it better. She's learned how to, slow down and say take a breath in between talking because I don't even know. I swear to you, I think she could hold her breath for 10 minutes easy.
Yeah, yeah, no. And
I
I'm telling
mean,
you, it happens. Like it's hard to understand them sometimes. And so,
right,
I try my best. I've been doing better, especially now because I'm um doing messages for the Wednesday reading. So I really have to listen to the spirit guides. Some of them are animals. Sometimes animals translation, animal spirits. I had a doggy. Oh, yesterday. The kids are like, "Oh," and they said his name, right? And I said, "That's an odd name." I go, "Is this what kind of person is this? And they're like, no, it's a dog. And then they show me the dog, and I go, oh. And Sarah's like, can we keep him? And I'm like, oh, okay. Is he gonna get along with the other dog and the cat that we have and the two birds and the crow and the wolves? I'm like,
Yes,
I'm like,
yes, Scott. I remember when she first started out. She actually, uh, somebody that I know was in a cemetery, was at the cemetery, and we was live on my channel. Anyway, uh, he ran into her and a couple other people that was there investigating, and that's how I met Drew. So that. It's been 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, yeah, at
yeah.
least.
Well,
Because me and Christina's known
seven
each other.
definitely, because I think I've just been on YouTube 8 years, and I didn't know them the first year. So
Right. I think we've known each other 7 years, and you
yeah,
hadn't been on very long.
right.
And I had just started before I met you and Drew on here. So yeah, and well, I met Drew and Chris and I can't think of the other person's name.
Oh, thank
Anyway,
you, Carl.
but anyway, I love to hear her talk though. To hear
Oh,
Drew talk, I love the accent. I do. I can't say I don't. I love to hear her talk, and even to hear somebody in the UK period talk. Any of them, I love
I
the
love,
accent.
I
But
love, I love the British accents. Ugh,
right,
the British,
me too.
their words are a little different, but usually they speak
Right.
slow so you can understand. Even if you don't know what the word means, you can look that word up.
Well,
I
they
remember
like
my
do correct. They do the correct English
Yeah, I
per
remember my
se.
son. He was little, maybe 7, and he says to me, "Mom, can you tell me what he's saying?" And I said, "Who?" And he goes, "The guy, the kid playing with me." I go, "The kid playing with you?" Now I'm thinking the kid has an imaginary friend. I said, um, this was before I know he could see animal spirits, but I look around, I go, "What do you mean, honey?" And he goes, on the game." So he was, they on those like PlayStations, they play with people. But back then it was so new to me because then he was only 7. I didn't freaking know what the hell he was talking about. So he puts the headphones on me, and this kid is speaking British. Like he's speaking English, but he is with this British accent. And when he said it, I gave him the headphones back to my son, and I said, "He's telling you about his school." And my son was like, "Oh." Because I think they call all schools universities. And my son was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Christina, I love your New Yorker. It's a joker, but he means to say Yorker talk.
Yeah,
When I first read it, I was like, "What?"
you yoker talker. Yeah, I'm a yoker, right? My last name is British, but it must have skipped me. I think you have to like
Scott.
properly be in Britain to have one of those because then, you hear it all the time. Like if I grew up in any other place, of course, my accent would not be this. you know.
Well, everybody says I have an accent. That
Well,
that I got the
each
southern
place,
accent.
right? Each place has their own kind of accent. Me, I'm all
But
screwed up because I was born in Astoria, Queens, which they have their own kind of accent. But then my father was from Brooklyn, and the way he spoke, and that I grew up listening to my parents, right? So my mother had the typical New York Astoria accent. My father had the typical Brooklyn one. When you mix it, like some people are like, "Where are you from?" And a lot of times, if I run into someone from Brooklyn, they're like, "Oh, you were born here?" I'm like, "No, Astoria." And they're like, "No, but you talk like your A's, like you're from Brooklyn." I'm like, "My father was from Brooklyn. He was born and raised there, but I was born and raised in Astoria." But because I listened to him speak like Astoria, the A is pronounced like the pronunciation is on the A at the end. That's not how you say it, but that's how people from Brooklyn say it, and that's how my father said it, and that's how I learned how to say it, right? Because the first people you're hearing are your parents. So however they speak, that's how you get, your words. Hey Kim.
Well, actually, mine is Southern and
English. There.
Northern put together. I've got a mix. I was born in Chicago, was raised there till I was a teenager. Then we moved down south here to Southern Indiana and Kentucky. I'm right on the border, and so I've got both.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a mix. I mean, when I first moved down here, they were like, all the kids was like, "You're not from here. You don't live here. You're not from here." I said, "Yeah, I moved here." And but then I ended up, you live somewhere long enough, you're gonna pick it up, the way they talk and all that. So it's pretty much what I've done.
Right. Oh yeah, but there's some part of your speaking that's always going to be from what you first learned, you know. Like my father's been deceased I don't know how many years. I've been in Astoria, I've been in Long Island. I still pronounce everything that has an A at the end. Like I exaggerate the A at the end. And it's just because that's how I learned, because that's how my father spoke. And my mother used to get so mad. She's like, "No, Astoria." And I'm like, "Yeah, Astoria." And she's like, "No, why?" But um, like, the A was
Yeah,
anything with an
Diane,
A at
you
the
are.
end was like drawn out. Like she used to get mad, but that's how my father did it, and that's how we learned it.
Do you know Kid Rock, Diane?
I'm
Seriously?
a Midwest thug. Oh my God, I made my screen small. What the hell is going? I don't know. I can't touch the phone because everything goes haywire.
Do you see where Carl put when he writes a song or a poem? It sounds like
Yes,
William Shakespeare,
that's
Old
why I said
English.
like old English.
I can imagine. Oh, you was joking, Diane?
18, then you okay. High UK has high school from 11 till 16, then college 16 to 18, then university 18 till 40. You have to go to
I
school
know,
till you're
right?
40?
You get out of school at 16, that'd be great.
Not did you see what he said? The university from 18 to 40. I'm like, you have to go to school until you're 40? Uh-uh. I didn't like school that much. No university for me. No, no. Maybe one week we could try, Mary. I don't know if you'll be into it, but one week we can try, like, because every time I get online, like, people start talking to me, they'll send me messages in my head. I'm sure you get it too. But maybe we'll just put out there all the messages we get and see who it's for.
Okay.
She wanted you to she said oh, because you asked her about Kid Rock and she said, "Yeah, but why?" Yeah, not personally. He lives in UP.
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 Okay, I missed part of what we was talking about just now. What are we getting sent? What now? Go back over that. Because I part of it blinked out.
Which part? What are we talking about now?
What did you say about me coming on with you and people sending us
Oh,
stuff? What are we talking about?
the spirits. Like I'm sitting here right now and like 8 people are
Oh,
talking, right?
yeah,
I'm sure you get that too because sometimes you'll just
I
go
do.
like,
Yeah,
"Hey, does anybody's house look like this or whatever?" But one
yeah.
more day we can just do that. Just put out all these messages and see who they're for.
I agree. We can do some of them now.
Yeah.
Couple of them anyway.
Um, most of these guys are probably a crossover from you guys. Um, but
Upper
just to give you
Peninsula. Well,
just
he's from Detroit though. I thought he lived in Detroit.
I'll just to give you an idea of how yesterday's crossover went. So we got the Italian guy, right? I got Marilyn from Evie. Um,
Diane Kid
Misha,
Rock, I was talking about.
yeah, Misha, who came from um Regina.
Uh,
Merlin came from Marissa. That's Andre's spirit guide. So from Andre. Um, Mortimer, who came from Pam. Belinda, who Misty's spirit guide dropped off. Um, Lou, who came from Benny Loco's spirit guide. Um, Mandy, who came from Kyrian. Um, Ricky, who Tina's spirit guide brought over. Wally came from the Guardian in the cemetery. I watched a true crime lady, and I got these two brothers. Um, Mario, who said he came from Dave, and I go, "Who's Dave?" And he goes, "The guy from the that you talk to with the dogs." I go, "Okay." Um, Shakara brought me over two little ones. Um, Ronald said he came from a friend who I crossed over, and the friend went back and came back a little after and told him, "Hey, go to this lady." uh, Ron, who was walking by my house and saw all this energy and came in. This is how my crossovers go. And so I sit there and I talk to them. I find out their ages and how they
well,
found us and all this
anytime
stuff. Like
that,
that's literally how it goes. And I'll sit there and I'll ask them questions. So you know how long that takes? That takes an hour before I actually do a crossover for whoever wants to talk.
right?
Oh yeah, thanks,
Well, I
Scott.
can say that it'd have to be a day that I've got enough energy to do it.
Oh, I love that, Carl.
But I can say when I'm on with you, or if I'm talking about paranormal, or even thinking about it,
Yeah.
I'll start getting people. Because
Right.
I tell you what it is, I start getting spirits, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What it is your light, your your energy, your light that you put off. like we're all light workers, right? It starts glowing more, per se. It waffles out. Does that make sense to you?
Well, yeah,
And
when you're reading
we're
things,
like a beacon to them.
yeah, when you're watching things, but now
Oh yeah, I
how it
mean,
goes is
talking it
be-
or being on here, talking about it, or even
yeah,
thinking about it or watching it.
yeah.
All the above.
But now that the spirit guides know me, they just come and drop them off. Like I don't have to. I could totally turn off the TV and lay in bed all day and get up, and there'll be 40 people in my. And I'm like, where the hell did you come from? This one dropped me off. That one, this one, spirit guide. My friend told me to come here. Like I'm like, what the? Like I can't. Like I'll never hide, even if I try. Not that I would
Right.
try. That's my job
She's
to help
gotten
them.
people
But
from me. Uh, uh, Jacoby sends, which is my spirit guide,
yeah.
and my wolf is Nalisha, and they will take people to her. They take them to the grove too.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I cross people and there's still older people who are like, can I go see the grove? And I'm like, yeah, you could cross
yeah,
there. And if you don't want to cross there, you can come over here. They'll bring you back and you can come cross here. It doesn't matter to me. The older people like to see the grove. They like to see
it's peaceful there, and you can they
the,
sit and
the deities, you know.
right. It's peaceful there. I mean, it's a yeah. I don't know how to explain the feeling.
Oh yeah.
Um, you get a peace that comes over you when you go in there.
Oh crap, Kelly, I didn't open the door to take a picture of that thing for you. Lord have mercy. It must be in
So
my phone.
if it feels that way, and I'm not even in the physical form when I go there, you can imagine how it feels in the physical form. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, so I don't blame him for wanting to go.
Yeah. I'm like, I must have it on my phone and I could send it to her.
And they'll take the ones that can be difficult to the grove because,
Well,
uh,
the thing is that you can't cross through the grove unless you're good, right?
right.
And I mean that means you can't be even a little shady. And that's why
I know.
like when they say like, "Oh, Astro brought me," I'm like, "Oh, so you can't go through the grove." I already know, like you're a little shady, you know. Like it's
Right.
fine. I don't care. I cross shady people. I don't
It's
have no
not only
problem.
that, his grandfather ain't gonna put up with that. Neither his
Um,
grandmother.
yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
know,
straighten you out real quick.
yeah, but
All
you'll
I can
get like if
say.
you go through the grove and you're like a murderer, you'll get zapped. You can't go. You know.
Yeah, yeah. You best off not even trying.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So if they're a little shady, they come here and I cross everybody. I'm not God. I don't care what the hell you did.
Well, it's not for you
As
to
long as
judge.
you don't
You
as
know.
long as you're good when you're here, I cross you. That's it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not for us to judge.
Yeah,
They're
I
gonna
don't.
get judged when they go. You know, that's up to whoever's above us.
Oh yeah, but that's even like the angels. There's I made friends with an angel lady. Me of all people. Anyway, uh, she comes. We talk a little. she's she's a nice angel lady. Okay, but she's not an archangel. She's a worker angel. You know. Anyway, and she's not a cherub. She's like under the archangels, right over the cherubs. So anyway, so yeah, because you guys know how I feel about angels. Anyway, um, she's the only one I like, and there's one other angel that I met a
That's
lady
why I'm laughing.
with.
But anyway, she brings spirits here to cross from England. She works in England, but there's something going on there. There's some kind of, I don't know what it is. I can't say because I don't know if she wants me to say, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut. But anyway, she brings these people to cross from England. Like 300 at a time, sometimes 400. So that's why I have a crossover today to do, because I'm going to do just her group. But anyway, they she brings them because if she crosses, angels can only cross people straight to
Heaven.
heaven, like boom, you're in heaven, because they're not allowed to judge people, angels, right?
No, they go to the Golden Gates.
So they go right to, so because she doesn't know if they're all supposed to go there, she brings them here, and I cross them, because when I cross people, they go to purgatory. Everybody goes to purgatory, and then they sort them out when they get there. It's like a waiting room. So everybody goes to the waiting room, and then they sort them out, who goes where, and there you go. And that's why she brings them here. So, yeah. So she's the only, like, I'm not big on it. They know that, but she's our friend now. Whatever. So,
Where'd Boomer go?
there's a young woman or teenager in the back tree line.
In the back tree
Diane,
line,
I
and
think I
I've been
told
there
you
for a
about
week.
this, Diane.
And I told her
Diane,
to go to you. I called on St. Michael and it hasn't gone. She wears a white dress again.
okay, so I have a feeling, and this is just my feeling, Diane, because I think I told you this in a reading, but I'm not sure. There was a woman who wanted to talk to you. She has a precise message and a little help for you. It was a spirit. I'm pretty sure that's her, and you could probably ask Lou about it. Um, she, I believe, is already crossed. She's more like a guide.
I
So I
was to
don't
say she's
think,
not.
yeah, you
Go
can
ahead.
call whoever you want. If she's crossed already, she can't cross again. Um, I think she's there for some guidance, either for you or someone in your house or the house next to you. She's yeah, she's like some kind of guide or helper or something like that.
She's watching over you for starters. Another thing, she's wanting to talk to you personally, and you're
Yeah,
not wanting to
yeah, I think,
give in. It's something she is wanting to talk to you about.
yeah,
Uh,
I was thinking that was the one that was there for her, who had a message. She was a certain guide who wanted to help her with something, or maybe an additional guide, a teacher guide that's only going to be there for a while and go. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the lady. And I'm more than sure that was the reading. That was like a month or two ago. I don't know, but I remember that.
I just asked her if it was something she needed a teacher or to talk to her about, and she said both. And she needed to talk to you because she needed to teach you something and walk you through it, and then I don't know. But she said that she's there watching over you. She's watching the tree line and around. I guess it's a barrier around your house. I don't know if she's doing that because you're not. Uh, I think she's protecting you because you're not doing enough to protect yourself. Um, so she's doing it to help you, and she said exactly right. She just said exactly right, and that she is uh there to help teach you how to protect yourself.
Did you do that stuff on the windows of that stuff that I gave you, Diane, by the way? Remember, I told you how to do the thing to put on the windows?
Well, I thought I sent her some stuff to break down to what she needed to do. Did she not do none of that? Thought I sent her a long ass list of stuff she could get or do, whatever.
Mm-hmm. I think of the center. I sent her the thing that I have on the four corners of my house or something. I'm more than sure I sent her a message.
Yeah, Diane, I see what she looks like. I can see her. I can hear her.
Mhm. Yeah, Carl.
Well,
Right.
she
A voice.
hears you, but are you hearing her though, Diane?
Yeah.
Because she's actually a a guide. Yes, she's a guide. She's a spirit guide for you, but it's a temporary one. We get those, you know. I thought I maybe I'll send it to somebody else.
But I did send it to you, Diane. Remember? I even went over with Danny to make sure, like, we had something good for you that would help you. More than sure. Now I could look through Messenger because the message is probably still there.
She put her shields up. She's put it over the house and her and anybody who's in the house.
The thing is, there's something for her to do, Mary.
Right, I agree with that.
I'm not,
But
I don't get
that's what
involved in people's paths or whatever. There's something they're wanting her to do. Um, and
right.
they,
They're not telling us what it is, but they're telling us that you're not listening to figure it out.
yeah, because she sends them away, which is fine. Some, you don't
Right. I mean, that's her
have
prerogative.
spirits all day long, but
I
maybe
mean,
just set aside 10 minutes a day for, or maybe 10 minutes every week for just spiritual talk or something,
just sit out
with
in the
your
back on the
guide,
back.
and be like, Lou, what do I have to do?
Well,
How
sit out
can
on the back patio and right,
free
Kelly. I
will and
agree.
all? Hi,
Hi,
Misty.
Misty. Well, we said that same time. Uh, Diane, just sit out on the back porch or something and talk to her and listen to what she's trying to tell you.
Hmm.
So you get whatever it is, and then she'll move on whenever she feels like you've learned it.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, and those kids, the kids are not with her. The kids are waiting for. I guess
No,
their parents live near there, and they're waiting for them to go because I had my guides check on them. They're like, no, they're okay. There's a guardian with them. There in the tree line.
I was gonna
So
say you just have never seen the Guardian. The Guardian stand back is back like three, I don't know, 3 rows back of trees or so.
yeah, there's a because the kids are there, so there's somebody watching those kids, and because I was
Right.
like, no, the kids can't stay there. Like, what's going on? Can't leave the kids out in the, and they're like, no, they have a guardian. It's fine. They're waiting for their parents. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm very particular. I don't like
Yeah,
leaving
call me
kids
too.
anywhere. I see like remote viewing, right? And that's if they want you to. I had never did remote viewing, but one day I was sitting on a live stream. I believe it was Boomers, and Dream was there, and I got a picture of her cabinets, and then the third cabinet, and then I told her, look in those cabinets. It's either the third or fourth. They described her whole kitchen. It was like I was in her kitchen, walking through to the different rooms. But the most important thing was like the drawer that was open. And then she goes, do you know that the spice, um, had spilled all in that drawer that you said, the third drawer. And I was like, really? She's like, it was all over. And it was, and she goes, and it was closed. So I don't know how it spilled. It was, she goes, it was so weird. And I was like, oh. So yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, right, Kelly?
Yeah, I remember that too.
Oh yeah, Diane. It was kind of scary. Yeah. No, they're not gonna let anything happen to you. And especially since that, like I said, there's a guardian there. You have your guide.
Well,
She's there to
Diane,
help you. She's not there to scare you or anything like that. And probably why she tries to look away so she doesn't feel like she's scaring you. She's not there for that. She's there for a little guidance. The best way you could put it, right? So yeah, and I
Misty,
remember
did you get your message from me, Misty? I lost your phone number. When my phone cleared out and I had to get every phone numbers back, I lost your phone number. I mean, I can call you on Messenger, but I mean, I was gonna
mm,
call your house. Um, if you don't feel comfortable sitting out there, you don't have to. You can uh, what was I'm trying to say? Just sit in the house and talk to her. I mean, she hears you. If you hear her, then
oh
you don't have
yeah.
to go
Well, so
outside.
that's
But
why I
I'm
said
just saying,
set aside 10 minutes. Say, Lou, I would like to. Does that lady want to talk to me? Can tell her I'll talk to her. But she has to stand outside she could come up to the window, but stand outside, and her and I can just talk now. I'm protected, right? Make sure you talk to your guide first. Make sure it's all
yeah,
cool, and
talk
then
to Kathy, and
you know,
Kathy's your guide, right? Isn't it her
Lou.
guide?
Lou is her guide.
Lou's her guide. Okay. Who's got cat? Oh no, that's Abby's got Kathy.
Every-
All right, I just let you know I'm not trying to avoid you, Misty. By no means, I love you. I've just had a rough. I've had a rough few weeks, and the last couple has been kind of hard for me. Family of what? In the woods?
What's Sarbies? I don't know. Let's look it
I
up.
don't know what that is either. I think he means soldiers. And if it's
uh,
soldiers, that's Misty.
Sarbies, is that an animal?
He doesn't take anything, Misty.
Wow, Scott, that's lovely. I'm thinking it's some kind of animal, but we don't say it Sarby here, you
But she
know?
don't have to come in the house to talk to you. She can stand out there in that tree line and talk to you. You can talk mind to mind. I mean, you
Right.
don't
Well,
even
that's
have
what I
to.
said. You could just ask Lou to tell her, oh, okay, she could come a little closer so we can talk, but she can't come in the house. I don't blame you, you know.
I don't either. I don't. Yeah, I don't like them being crowding me because I like my privacy.
Yeah.
and I don't want them standing around watching me pick my nose or my butt or whatever I want to do, you know. Yeah, Diane, I get that. Well, technically, I've been sick, but as far as feeling like they're stronger, mm, they're more active.
No, well, I definitely feel it because, well, I've been doing now the readings all
Right.
differently. Like now I can actually understand a message. I can sit there and write the message. I can understand it if I'm tuned in, you know. I couldn't do that before, just like
Okay, let
they give
me.
me whole full messages for you guys. Like
Yeah, let me say
before
this
it was just like
differently.
I would read the cards and then they would give me like kind of an idea what it meant and I would tell you. Now I can take a full message. I don't even need the cards or
I
whatever, but I like doing them.
I guess in feeling is it stronger? Um, yes, because like now I can when I'm hearing them now, it's like I really hear them. You know what I mean? Um, and when I want to block something out, I can. I don't have any problem.
Oh,
Uh,
Bigfoot. Yes. That's probably me, Carl, because um I've been hanging out at these two places, three actually, that they like Bigfoot people. So Bigfoot beings, we'll say beings. And I've actually
Diane, you're
crossed
running behind.
I've actually crossed a few, like two of them. So yeah, so
So her name is Stephanie.
oh,
That sounds
Stephanie.
about right, actually. Thank you.
So yeah, so since I've
Uh,
crossed them
okay.
and I've been interested in them, I would say that I'd probably get a few of them around me because I was crossing them. I actually got pictures of them too. When they wanted to cross, I was like, "Hey, you give me a picture," and they gave me the picture on the Ghost Seer.
Yeah,
I
say
have
that
to show
the
them to you.
AI thing.
No, on Ghost Seer.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah,
When I do my crossings, I'll put that on and I'll be like, can you I'll ask them to draw me some what do you look like? What do you look like, Victoria? Can you show
right.
yourself?
All right.
And if I had talked to them and I knew like how old they were and what era they were from, then when they drew the picture, I could understand if it was them or not. Um,
Uh-huh.
it was just more confirmation for myself, kind of, if that makes sense. Um, so this one, it must be in my other phone. It must be in the other phone.
What?
I said the pictures of the Bigfoot is in the other phone, the phone I'm using to stream from. So I'm gonna have to wait on that to show you. because I'm pretty sure it's in the other phone. Although I think I might have sent it in Messenger. Wait. Choo-choo-choo. Kelly, I sent you that, by the way. Yeah, I only been telling you, and you reminded me somehow today.
Oh, good, Misty. White sage is good. That's what I use for clearing and cleansing.
Ugh. See, I got new phones, so it doesn't keep the full messages and the media in the.
Are you saying you want me to help you tune into her? I think she was related. You talking about the lady in the backyard? You want some help? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that I'm related and that you're tuned into me? Lord, you look at Misty's backyard at nighttime, you're gonna see all kinds of orbs.
Yeah.
It's like they got their own little city back there and they're traveling. It's something else, man.
Yeah, right, Carl? That's exactly right. That's how I feel on Wednesdays. I gotta eat after, my head hurts. My head hurts today too, actually. Somebody's desperately trying to talk to me today, and I'm like, okay, just gotta wait till after the live stream. Damn it, it must be on the other phone. It doesn't save the ghost. Um, Seer doesn't back up onto um it doesn't back up from its folder. I should make a backup of it. Anyway. Oh, I can imagine, Kelly.
I just got my supper.
Ooh, what
If
you
you hear
eating?
me eating, that's what I'm doing. We
You
catch
never
up
heard
here.
of
I'm gonna
Waverly?
read. How? I'm reading. I gotta catch up in the chat.
Oh no, I was talking to Scott that because Kelly was talking about Waverly Sanitarium. Yeah. Uh, and he was, I don't think she said, look it up. I said, oh my God, you never heard of it? I think everybody heard of that place.
Misty says she needs a reading.
Oh, I was looking for the big feet, but I really think it's on the other phone. The big feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kelly. That's what they were doing, draining your battery, taking energy.
Oh yeah.
Diane says yes, Mariette. Um, we might want to have Christina do that because if I do it, it's going to drain me so bad, and then I'm gonna be down.
Oh yeah. Okay. So Misty
I mean,
said she
that's
needs
channeling.
her
What I'm
reading.
saying is, if I channel her, I mean, she can talk to me, but if I do that, it's like channeling, and it's yeah.
Oh no, I don't do channeling. I do like some. You could talk to me. I'll write your message and I'll pass it along. I don't do
I know,
channeling.
but we do it differently, and that's why I'm saying that it would drain me really bad. Hard to explain.
Oh yeah, a lot of people just like are surprised about it. Um, let's see. Misty. Mm, Sarah, do they have anything for Misty? What do they got? You got anything? These darn pens. I need pens so desperately.
Let me see if I can find out. Diane, hang on.
Oh, this is a nice message. Okay, for Misty. The end of the world is not as close as you may think. Spend time with the loved ones who need you and your healing love. And you are loved. Were you needing to hear you were loved today? Um, but spend time. So obviously your healing energy is what's needed at the time because that's what they're basically saying, right? Spend time with the living who need you and your healing love. Oh, that's beautiful. That was for Misty. You're welcome. 7 foot Bigfoot and a dog man, but it's a dark energy. Not either. Oh, the big feet are usually
Night, Scott.
the ones that I came across were nice anyway, but in every species, in every being, there's good and bad, right? So even though you come across some good ones, there's bound to be bad ones too, you know. Good night, Scott.
Diane, what I said was, is I said, hang on, let me see if she'll tell me. And hang on a minute.
Oh, that's a pain in the neck. I think we're finally at the point where I could start planting. Oh, your cats, yeah. That was in Kelly, that was in all those orbs were in Waverly, right?
What?
I was asking Kelly. She said they were flying towards my phone like snowstorm. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it
All
was
of them.
that. Yeah,
Right. I think she was talking about the orbs in Waverly, right?
yeah.
You gotta make a makeshift little greenhouse, Kim. Get skewers, or wooden dowel, whatever you have in the house. Plastic wrap. The cats won't get in them, you know. I saw shadow people too. Oh yeah, I could imagine. Mm.
She said there's stuff you need to learn. I am. She's not telling me what stuff is though. It has to do with abilities.
Mhm.
You need to strengthen them. Because you're going to need them. You're not in danger at this moment.
No, but
I'm not
Diane
here.
has.
I'm
Oh,
not
go
here
ahead.
to harm you. Please don't be scared of me.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not. I think what's gonna happen is, Diane, because there's a little portal or something going on in your house, right? The abilities are I think to help you so that you can block certain things that may come into your house. Because yeah, if they're good, you could just tell them go away. I don't want you here, and they'll leave. If they're not leaving. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why she want to help you to for that reason. That was
She
my
said
thought on
Christine.
it.
She said Christina is correct.
Yeah. Hi, Stephanie, by the way.
She said hello. Did you hear? I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm telling you because you're probably hearing her. Uh,
That's crazy, Carl. For some reason, I feel like I have to tell you about that angel lady, but I'm going to tell you in a messenger about what's going on there. I think you find it interesting, and I think it'd be okay to tell you. I'll ask her because she'll be here tonight. But annoying ones don't for a while. Yeah. But annoying ones, they won't leave for a while. It's the real bad ones that you don't want coming in because then maybe your guides or whoever can't get rid of them, you know? You don't want to get to the point where then you have to have like, shamans come in and all sorts of shit to clean the
She's
house.
not she's not trying to force it on you.
Well, of
She's
course.
trying to help you and explain to you why you need them.
Yeah. Right. Because I think with that portal thing going on, I guess they probably get worried too that, like I said, sometimes go away doesn't work. Yep. Mary got me jealous eating, so I had to sneak a donut.
What?
I said you got me jealous eating, so I had to sneak a donut.
Donut?
Hmm.
I'm not eating a donut.
No, I said you got me jealous because you were eating, so I had to eat a donut.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Um,
I was thinking, Kim, maybe that's why they want you to do the crossovers again. Maybe that's how she's gonna come to you.
you talking about Diane?
No, I was talking to Kim.
Uh, I should say Diane ain't gonna get crossovers.
No.
Not right now.
No, Diane calls on the angels to do it. She doesn't do it.
She
You're welcome, lovey.
she
Yes,
feels
you.
that
That's
you're
right, Kelly.
she says that she feels you're scared. She feels you being scared of all this. That you like it. It intrigues you. So she said it intrigues you. It draws you in because of what you could do. You know what you're capable of, but you're not doing it. And the world needs it. Needs you. The world needs you. Such, but the world needs you to understand that you're not alone. It's scary to you, but it was scary to everybody else too. Mary can tell you that. That's what she just said. Mary can tell you that. So can Christina.
So I
Right.
answered you, Kelly, in the chat because Mary was talking.
Huh?
I told Kelly I answered you in the chat because you were talking. I didn't want to go over you. Right, you have,
And she
yeah.
means not being alone. She means you're not alone in somebody who does abilities. There's the rest of us that's had to go through exactly what you're fixing to go through.
Yes, the trials and tribulations
I
and
think
spirit work.
you're fixing to have an awakening, and that's what she's there for. That's my opinion. If she didn't say that, but that's
Right.
what I feel like's fixing to happen. Just saying.
Yeah, right, Kim. Um, because I used to get that a lot when I had super amounts of energy, like my neck would tingle. And now it's just constantly my neck hurts. So I don't know if it's just from sitting and kind of looking down because I gotta look down to eat. I gotta look down at the phone. I gotta, you know. So I don't know if it's because I'm, constantly have to look down or, well, spiritual awakenings come in waves, Diane, because like, um, I had my first one. Then I kind of shut myself down because something happened, right? I had that angel attack me and I wasn't into that. I got scared, right? But then I felt so bad for the children that I wasn't crossing because I stopped doing it, that I started again, right? So when I started again, I started getting new things I could do. So I started getting like, I call them mini awakenings, where, you get new revelations. That's what you have a one big spiritual awakening, and then you have mini revelations that come along every once in a while that you're like, oh my God, or I'm supposed to do this too, or I didn't know this, or so they're like mini revelations, let's
Yep.
say. you know this is the best way I could explain it. Welcome back. uh
That's like me in remote viewing. Uh, it just happened. I was on a panel. It was me, Misty, Sherry, Beth, and somebody else. I don't remember who the other person was. Anyway, me and Sherry, we kind of have a connection. Me and Sherry do. Like I can channel her real easy, and she can channel me easy. And it's like I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, we work well together on stuff. Um. Anyway, we was talking about this case in this place out in the country, and it was at a cabin and all this. Well, it's basically it's kind of when it first started, and I really realized it's not when it first started, but it's when I realized what it was and what I was doing, and that I was wide awake, but yet I was there. It's like I was walking around the place. Um, so yeah, and that was one that popped in there. But yeah, I think it's what it is. I think you're fixing to get. You can ask your spirit guides; they'll tell you if that's what's fixing to happen. I mean, they'll tell you if you ask them. They may not tell you exactly what's going to happen because they may not be allowed to. But I would say most likely they could. but I don't know. They got rules too, so who
Yeah,
knows?
the rules. And then there's always I was telling someone else today, I said, because they were having some kind of dreams. And I said, well, what were the dreams, if you don't mind me asking? It's just
Right,
general. And she said it, and I said, well, I think maybe, it's this, right? The
yep.
dreams, the visions, all that stuff is
We're not
in
supposed
a
to tell anybody that.
cryptic, it's in a cryptid message. And it's
Yep.
for you to decipher, and it's like a play. So sometimes you may see something like, I don't know, a flower alone amongst all these weeds, there's one flower. There was a meaning to that. But you were so busy in all the rest of the dream, maybe you missed that, or in the vision or whatever, right? But there
Right.
was a meaning for that one flower blooming against all the weeds. And it won't be a direct message. You have to figure out what the hell that means. And
Yep.
it's really not easy.
It's not, but it's something we've all had to go through,
Oh yeah.
and I'm thinking that's probably what's up with this. She's not saying anymore right now, but it could be because my energy's waning. It's probably a good thing I'm eating to
Right,
keep
Carl.
my strength up.
Definitely right. There's some things you can't get rid of. And that's why doing this kind of stuff, you got to protect yourself. You got to have your guides. You got to talk to them. They have to be able to tell you something, and you can understand and listen. All trusting your instincts. Yesterday, when I did the readings, I always, after the reading, would pick up my pendulum just to get the energy from Sarah to know if it was right or wrong. I didn't pick up my pendulum at all after the messages yesterday. I just knew they were right because now I'm just in tuned with it. But I've been doing it now the last 6 months like this. So I'm confident, right, that I'm hearing the right messages. Um, and it's practice. Practice makes perfect, like they say. It's a wanting to do it, um, thanking them after for helping you. Like I give them food and candy and all sorts of stuff. Like after I get off of here, because I had a donut, I have to cut up the rest and give it to them because I can't have a donut and not give it to them. So um not give them some, and I'll make coffee for them or whatever, and then we'll do a crossing. But yeah, it's like, you know, I try to always remember to thank them, thanks for helping me, thanks for, you know.
I agree with what Misty said. Misty said that it's not always, it's not for us to say anything to somebody. It's stuff that's only happening, meant for only them to know or to hear, for them to know that what's going on. So basically, what what I'm saying is I'm not sure she'll like I said earlier, she may
Yeah,
not tell me what it is, and she's not telling me what's going to happen or
right.
what it is or what's but I
That was
feel it.
Mary's, yeah, that was Mary's intuition kicking in and
I'm
going, oh,
right.
this is gonna happen.
It's I feel that you've got an awakening coming, and that's what she's there for.
Yeah.
Now, do I know what? No, and I'm not going to dig in and find out because it's not my place to do that.
Well, yeah, she won't tell you anyway. When and even like sometimes I'm asking a question and I don't hear any answers, and I'll grab the pendulum and I'll ask them, and that pendulum won't move. And I know that's not
Yeah,
something I'm
it's something
supposed
they
to
ain't
know
supposed to tell you.
now, or maybe it's not something I'm supposed to know ever, but I definitely know I'm not supposed to know it now because they're not telling me, Um, but
Misty's got amazing abilities too. Let me tell you,
oh yeah.
she doesn't. She's not. Um, she's kind of. She does hers quietly. I'll put it to you like that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, James, good night, sweetheart. Have a good rest of your birthday and party all week.
But she does them how they're meant for her to do.
Well, yeah, everybody has a different path, right? A different thing. Like I knew mine was to cross over those babies. We know, like, in kind of a roundabout because of what Misty does say that hers is like herbs and healing and all that, right? So, um, but she's doing it the way, she does it.
Right.
That's her way. I do it
Right.
my way, nobody crosses over people the same way. Sherry does it totally different than I do, Um, Hoomer does his
Everybody's
crossing
different.
totally different than I do. There's a few people that can cross people over, right?
I can. I just don't
They
have the
do
energy to do
it the way they were taught, the way their spirit guides do it with them. So everybody does it a different way. I do it the way that the first how I learned, which was, a telepathic spirit kiddo who wanted to cross taught me, how to do it.
it.
And that's how I
I'm
do it.
laughing at.
I
I'm
tweaked it
laughing
a
at
little
Jacoby.
bit. The spirit guides tweaked it a little bit, but basically we do it that way because that's how I was taught. Okay. They did it what was easiest for me to learn at the time.
Right,
And
Misty.
that's how I do it. Now, nobody does it wrong or right, way. Some people don't have the power to cross over, so they'll call on an angel or they call, somebody else to do it, which is fine. Because if you can't do it, you want to try to find them help. So
I'm sorry,
that's
Jacoby. I'm
perfect.
sorry.
Call an angel. Everyone is different in how they use their abilities. None
I'm
are wrong.
sorry,
Right.
Alicia. When I said I could cross over with spirits, Jacoby says, "Hey, put that on the down low."
Yeah, you're the one who's coming to your house.
No, he
Mary
said
doesn't do
they
that.
said they'll be
Mary
flooding the
doesn't
house.
do
And you'll
that,
have to take
spirit.
them somewhere else because I won't be able to do it.
Mary
Because of my
doesn't do it.
energy.
In a dire emergency, she could, but she doesn't. You'll have
Right.
to come here. Yeah,
If it was
don't
somebody who
advertise that. We'll be
absolutely,
at your house. Jacoby be having a heart attack.
him and Alicia's like, hey.
Yeah.
You hear him chuckle? He chuckles. Oh well. I'm sorry.
There you go, Misty. Yeah. And every time,
It's a
you
quick
add
broadcaster.
something. Yeah. You add something to what you're doing because you feel like, okay, I mastered this, or I'm close to mastering it, or I've really got all I can out of this. Now I would like to do additional things, and they know when you're ready and they'll give you something additional. I feel energy and deliver random channeled messages, not realizing it. Don't know what I say or where it came from. Like stranger out in public that says something to you. Oh yeah, randomly somebody comes up to you. I've had a lot. I had a lot of like fortune tellers in the street. I call them fortune tellers because when people go around trying to read you so they can get money, I call them fortune tellers. Um, they may be an actual medium, they may be an actual psychic medium. I don't know, but if you're asking for money from people on the street to do this, you're like a gypsy fortune teller to me. Anyway, because I would never. If I was gonna go up to someone in the street to give them a message, because I feel like they need it for their safety. And so I would, that's why I got that message. I would go up to them and I would tell them, and then they could do with it what they want. I did my part and walk away, right? I don't ask for I wouldn't ask for them for money or anything of the sort. I'd just be like, I know this is
Me
gonna
either.
sound so totally strange, but
I think it's just like,
I think you should go to the hospital because I think you're gonna have some kind of attack, and don't quote me on it, but I wouldn't drive or do anything like that.
who you
That's where my
talking to?
spirit
Me?
died, and now I'm on my way. Don't think I'm crazy, and I would just leave. They could do with it
Oh,
what they want.
well, I thought you were
Um,
telling somebody that now.
no, I'm just saying like that. That as an example. But then after I finished that, I wouldn't be like, now you owe me $50. No. But people used to come up, all these, fortune tellers used to come up in the street and say, "You have like a child with you. Do you know that?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "I don't have any money to give you, whatever," and I would leave. But they were seeing Janet. Janet was an ascension guide. Basically, she would just follow me around, waiting for me to die so she could cross me. Um, so I released her of her duty. Finally, I figured out how to do it, and we released her from her duty because it's the most depressing thing for a spirit to just have to sit there and walk around with you and wait for you to die and can't do anything else. Like that's not like, so I'm like, no, go do something else because this job ain't for you. Bye. Um, and that's also how, in my mind, I realized that our deaths are not written in stone. Because if it was, she would have known exactly when to come and when to leave when I was dead, right? A roundabout. She would have came a week before or something, waited, I died, crossed me. That wasn't the case. She was with me from when I was born till I released her. And she would have, if I didn't release her, because if I didn't figure it out, right? If I didn't know, until I would die. And so that's how I know our deaths are not written in stone. In my mind, that's what gave me the clarity that our path can always change. That's just my thought. My dreams are real crazy, and dreams, I know I'm in a dream, so I bend the dream the way I want. But what if they're trying to tell you something? If you bend it, then how do you know the message? I'm just curious, Carl. Just curious question. I don't go
I'll
up
be
to
one of them that
people
told Misty that.
like someone standing next to you by the egg. It just happens, right?
What?
I just need to be triggered to memory. Oh, right, Misty.
Yeah, in
Oh,
our
okay.
past
So
life,
it's
in our
like you're
past life, she was a healer then.
right, probably. So Kelly, it's like you're standing there with a group of people, and all of a sudden you say something that you heard. Makes no
Was
sense
all
to
considered
you, and you
witches.
just say it out loud, and then somebody's like, "Oh my God, that happened to me today." How'd you know that? Yeah, that's interesting. That's probably your guide yapping at you. Yeah, I mean that happened to me once where a guide came to me like hysterical, tell me to message this person and tell them something, right? So I was like, out of the blue, I'm gonna message this person. They're gonna think I'm crazy. I'm like, okay. So
All right.
I messaged the person. I'm like, hey, I got this message from you. This is what it said. I can't, I don't know. I'm assuming it's from your guide or, you know, someone close to you. So I wrote the message and they're like, done, no problem. And I was like, wow. And she's like, no, I know you're good. It's okay. I was like, okay. Um, you know, or because maybe she had a little bit of a feeling, but she couldn't pin it. And then once I said what I said, then she was like, oh, yeah, okay, good. You know? Um, Not like that. Okay. I'm not understanding. I'm sorry. The real gifted folks I've met give off a vibe and never promote their gifts, I noticed. Oh, yeah. Well, that's right. But I don't promote it. I've always said, no, I just spirits. I'm nice to the spirits, so they talk to me. I always said that. And, a lot of people like, oh, like the lady upstairs, which I don't know why she asked me, but oh, the lady who lives upstairs, we don't really talk. She don't know me. I don't know her really, except hi and bye, right? She stopped me like I was crossing the street, and she's like, "Wait, Christina!" And she comes across the street, and she goes, "Hey, by the way, are you a psychic?" I go, no." I do some stuff with I said I dabble in the paranormal and do some spiritual stuff. And she's like, "Oh, I have to talk to you one day." I'm like, "Oh, okay." She goes, I know you're going somewhere now. I'm like, "Yeah." She never approached me again on it. I was curious, but I did see when I was in the backyard one day and I looked up at her back window, I did see a spirit in, in the window. Actually got a picture of it. But anyway, um, uh, I don't know if it was a him or a her because, like I said, it was from the window. It was just a
I
lighted,
seen that. You showed it to me.
a lighted silhouette. You know. Oh,
Yeah.
that was the other one in the neighbor's yard, but there was one in the window too. Anyway,
This was
um,
upstairs in the window.
yeah, upstairs in the window. So I did show you. Yeah, like so. I don't know. Maybe she has something. I don't know. But anyway, she had asked me, but I don't like, I don't know what even made her think to ask me because, like I said, I don't talk to her like that or anything.
Well, maybe they're telling her about you
Maybe.
because she is too. That way you got somebody close by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can pick up other people's abilities. If
I never,
they have an ability, usually I feel it or know it when I meet
right,
them.
right. But this one, I don't think so. But I think
But not
maybe she
everybody
has,
does that.
I think, she has, she has, I want to say a family member with her or something. And she could probably hear or see this family member sometimes. And I'm thinking that's what she wants to ask me about. I haven't had a phone call from someone who passed. I got a phone call from myself one time, and I was afraid to pick it up. So I didn't pick up the phone. So the phone rang. I look at it. It was a cell phone. I look at it, and it says that I'm calling myself. My phone number. I'm saved in my contacts, so I came up as the contact, and I'm like, how am I calling myself? Like I was like just staring at it, like don't pick it up. I was like literally frightened. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
No, not from somebody that's passed. But I usually know when the phone rings, I can say who's on it before I ever look at it. And
Yeah,
99% of the time, I'm right.
a phone call for myself, and then I was thinking, like, was it the future me? Was it the past me? I don't know. And it was so long ago that it wasn't like, oh, all this scam stuff. I mean, cell phones were fairly new and stuff. So someone can't have the same number and area code as you, and it just flipped me out that I even like tried to ask people, and they're like, "No, what the fuck? That can't even happen." And I'm like, "It happened to me, you know." I wonder if I Google it now. Like I said, it was so long ago. Cell phones were fairly new, so there wasn't all this spam stuff. Google wasn't the first thing you did because I don't even know if Google was, popular then. Did you ever get a
Now,
cell phone call
I
from
have
your
been in a dream. I have been dreaming, and I answer the phone in my dream, and it be somebody who's passed. I don't know if that's considered the same thing or if you're asking or what, but usually I'm asleep and I've never done it awake like that. It'd be somebody who's passed. It's been in my sleep and I answer the phone and it's somebody like my mother call or whoever would call. Have you ever had it happen, Misty? Diane says spirits are using.
It says, like I said, it was too long ago to be a spoof or a spam thing. So prior to those kind of things, um, it be a technical glitch or some kind of automated call system or an unintentional error. Like, what does that mean? Like, how do you get an unintentional error? Like, I don't know. Interesting.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Misty, are you saying that the message was to me? Or are you saying the message was to you? And when did this happen? Not answered your question, Mary.
Oh, that's lovely, Misty, though, that you got that message.
And so, was it male or female that called
Oh,
you?
that's interesting, Kim.
And did he say what their name was? Did he tell you who they were? Oh, wow, Misty. Oh, it's just this happened? Mm. Yeah, no, but I'm gonna have to get off here pretty soon. I'm wearing down quick.
Yeah. Oh, Misty, I'm sorry. I get the same dream, and no matter what I do, it ends the same way. Had the dream for 26 years. I've tried changing everything, but always get to the same
Oh, I'm
place.
sorry, Misty.
Oh, that's crazy, Misty, though. It disappeared. It would have been nice to have it, right? I remember I told my sister, you have to keep paying for mom's phone because, and keep the same number and not mess with the answer machine because they had, when I called my mother's house phone, they had a message and it was her voice, right? Um, so my sister kept it for the longest time, and then she like converted that same number and message into like, my sister's good with technology. Like you could call it and it was just like on the computer, like you could hear the message or whatever. I don't think she still has it. I wonder if she called my mom's number. The cell was buried with her? Oh my god. Yeah, I know. We should get off. I have a Usually we don't go this long Thursdays, but we got very into the conversation.
Yeah, we've had a yeah. So
But I know Mary's getting tired.
yeah, I am. I asked where you was at earlier. You disappeared on us. You must went laid down.
Yes. He went and laid down.
Did you get
We
your
talked
nappy
about all
nap
sorts
in,
of
Boomer?
paranormal doings. Misty, I'm doing 'cause Misty wasn't here before. Maybe Kelly wasn't either. Wow, Kelly. I'm gonna ask to be have my cell phone with me too, because what if they bury you and yeah, I'll be there, Boomer. Like, what if they
I
bury
will
you
try, Boomer. Depends on how I feel.
and you're not really dead? Then I want to be able to call someone to dig me up.
If I don't feel like being on panel, I'll be in the chat. Okay, Boomer. What time?
6:30 Eastern Standard Time, so that means
All right.
5:30.
All right. So it'll be 5:30 my time. All right.
Yep, yep. Oh, and don't forget, I think Shimmer Soul um goes live tonight. She might just be live now. I don't know. Let me look for her. Um, I told her yesterday she came in, she gave her super chat that I would throw her link to her live because she told me she
No,
goes
it's not
live.
that, Boomer. Ain't got you know better than that. Don't even say that. I just haven't felt well, Boomer. I've really seriously been sick and just haven't had no energy, no whatsoever. And it just I haven't even been on hers very much. And I'm supposed to be. But on Thursdays, but there's times I just can't do it. And I'm sorry. I don't Bernie, I consider you one of my best friends. I would never, ever dish you. Ever.
She starts at 10 o'clock our time, so I threw up her link. So after this, if you want to go see Shimmer and hang out, I don't know if she sings on Thursdays or what she does, karaoke, but she does something. So if you want to go check her out, our friend Shimmer Soul, that's her link I threw in the chat. Um, oh, really, Carl? Oh, I don't see auras. My ex used to see auras, and I thought it was so interesting. And I was like, I can't see the spirits. At least I would love to see the auras, so that I know that they're there. But I don't
Well,
see none.
Boomer, I can honestly say I'm not lying to you.
Now, Mary's
You
always
can,
sick.
you can ask Christina. I ain't been well.
I just said Mary's always sick. It's not.
I haven't been well.
I know. I'm just messing with
I know that.
you.
And then I had a death in the family in the last 2 weeks, and that really has put a yeah.
We'll see everybody tomorrow at Boomers. Like I said, in a minute or two, Shimmer will go live. So if you want to check her out, we are going to say good night, though, because we've been
Not
here
everybody.
about 3 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm playing the outro. Careful what you ask for, Christina. I know, Misty. It's okay. I don't mind that. I really want to see my little ones. That's always what I say. Now,
Not
sometimes
y'all.
I hear them. Like I'll hear the dogs bark sometimes. Well, I had one dog. Now we got two dogs because the kiddos wanted to keep another one. Sometimes I'll hear the birds. Like I'll say to my friend, "Did you just hear the crow?" She's like, "I never heard a crow." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Just like so, like she's like, "No, there's no crows in this area." I'm like, "Okay, it's just me then." So yeah, sometimes I'll hear that kind of stuff, and I think it's like so real, and then other people are like,
Okay, Misty.
so it's weird. But yeah, we'll leave now. Um, Thank you, Mary, for joining me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Good night, everybody. We'll see you on Boomers tomorrow and Saturday. Don't forget
See
to
you at
look.
Boomers tomorrow, everybody. Good night.
Night. Don't forget to look for Saturday. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe if I go somewhere, it will be earlier. So just keep an eye out. I'll try to schedule beforehand, at least a half hour, so you guys know when I'm going.
She can walk around, and I'll sit on panel and discuss it all with her.
Yeah. I don't know, because I might, if it's nice, depending if it's nice, I might take a walk to the cemetery with you guys. But I have to do that earlier because the cemetery closes at 5 here.
Well, if
So
you do it earlier, you do it earlier.
yeah,
I mean,
so I
just let
can't
me
go
know.
6 o'clock because all the cemeteries here, in New
They close
York,
at
they have
6.
locks and gates, and they'll lock your ass in. They don't give a shit.
They
So
they cl-
we gotta
they
make
close.
sure we get in and out.
Time they close 6 o'clock.
5,
5.
yeah.
So you
So
need
I'd
to go
have to,
live at what, 3,
and no, like, well, because I want to walk there, and
2,
so
2
probably
maybe 2.
I'd
2
go
will
like
work.
2:30 if I'm gonna go to the cemetery. If I'm not gonna go to the cemetery, then I'll go a little later if we're gonna go somewhere else. But
All right. Well, just let me know,
yeah, I'll let you know. All
and
righty,
enough
guys.
time that I can prepare for it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We'll go see my mama at the cemetery maybe tomorrow. Why not?
All right. Set your intro,
Probably been looking for
outro,
me.
rather.
Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Not come. She don't care because she comes see me, but still. All right, guys. We shall see you soon.
It's over. Go home. Go.